Hi friends, I'm Mr. GMB and today I'm gonna talk about top 5 sex comedy in Bollywood. What is sex comedy? Sex comedy it is basically a comedy which finds humor in sex because sex is fun. Whether you're doing it or just talking about it, it's fun. And why it's worked so well in India? Because in India, sex is treated as a taboo. So its shameness, awkwardness has a humor in it. That's why most of the sex comedy do so well in India. And this is Mr. JMB talking about top 5 sex comedy in Bollywood. Hope you enjoy it. At number 5, we have Dr. G. Dr. G is a film of a medical student who wanted to become an orthopedician, but he got admission in gynecology college. So he does what every student would have done. He decided to reserve his seat for gynecology and start studying for orthopedic. But due to the good motivation of his teacher and some words and good days of his college, he decided to become a gynecologist. He started respecting the profession that he was in and he decided to become a gynecologist. This movie is a really strong, powerful woman empowerment film. It has a lot of good female characters which are really powerful and savagely shown in this movie. And it was the first Bollywood movie which explores the life of a gynecologist and how important it is for the society. This movie basically educates us about genital health and talks deeply about social norms and lot of misconceptions we have about genital health and sex. And this movie shows all of those things in a funniest way possible. So yeah, you should definitely watch this movie if you haven't. At number 4, oh shit, The Boy with the Golden Dick. This movie tells the story of a Duddu and his gun that roams around the streets of Mumbai, satisfying and pleasuring every bhabhi and auntie out there. This movie basically tells the story of a Bihari playboy, Duddu, who sells washing powder to every auntie and bhabhi out there, and is loved by every bhabis out there.
एक वॉशिंग पाउडर के साथ गुड्डू फ्री.
It's a nice film for every bhabhi and auntie lovers out there. Basically, the lead character name is Duddu. One day he wakes up in the morning and suddenly finds out that he has a golden dick. And then we finds out that he was cursed for cheating on a girl. And that girl's father basically curses him. And his curse can be only lifted when he falls in love with a girl and basically marries her. Typical love shit drama. So basically, this film about how media and society around him takes advantage of his situation and use it for their own good. It's a very dark and funny comedy. It takes a very dark turn in a really funny way, and where everyone wants to sell his dick and turn it off and basically use it for personal use. It's a very dark film when you think about it, but they showed that film in a really funny way. It doesn't feel that dark. At one point of time, he becomes a Baba with a golden teeth, which was really funny, and it's a really good slapstick comedy. If you don't watch this movie, it's okay. Don't miss out the song "Re Banaye" by Mohit Chauhan. It's just an awesome song. At number 3, we have Donor. Still considered as Ayushmann Khurrana's best female. It was the greatest debut ever. It was a debut that every newcomer dream of having. Vicky Donor was just a gem from 2010, which was really funny, unique, and really savage. It was just one of those rare Bollywood films which was just really fresh and was more appealing for the younger audience. And it will be treated as one of those rare films which was just way ahead of its time. And it's still fresh. It was one of those Bollywood films which will be always fresh. Doesn't matter when you watch it. And Vicky Donor tells the story of a sperm donor Vicky. It's basically about how he became a sperm donor and how sperm donation and its acknowledgement is important for the society. And you had to see this film for the great chemistry of Anu Kapoor and Ayushmann. They were just really funny. The arguments they had on a screen, they were just really funny, man. You had to see this film for the both of them. And this movie also worked as a great romantic comedy with great romance between Yami and Ayushmann. It was just really natural and shown beautifully on a screen. And Pani Da Ranje is just a ageless song, man. you have to see this film. To at least listen to that song one time, it's just a ageless masterpiece by Ayushmann. And Vicky Donor is one of those rare films which inspired a Hollywood film. What else can I say about it? It's a masterpiece. At number 2, we have Kyaa is one of the best sex comedies from 2000. It is one of the best comedies from 2000. It's probably one of the best comedy ever made from Bollywood. It's a 12 film. It is treated as one of the best comedy movies. That's why it has so many parts, because the first part was just really awesome. And that's why I put the first part on this list, because first part is just really good. Let me talk about the story of this film. This movie tells the story of two Judadu friends. Both of them are a fashion designer and they live a Judadu life like most Indians. And one serial killer rapist is on a loose, and police suspect that lead character played by Tushar is a serial killer. So they send one female officer undercover as his roommate to catch him. But he was so innocent in this movie that she falls for him. And entire film is full of sex jokes, sexual tension, and lot of drama. It has so much drama that at some point we don't even care who the killer is. Without it has so many cool characters. That's why movie name is Kyaa Kule Hum. I guess. The star of the show is Isha Topikar as a sassy and sexy cop known as Urmila Mathod. With a pan in her mouth and a psychotic way to deal with criminals, we are like she's fucking insane in this movie. And then we are introduced to her as a Tada Mal. She was so hot in this movie. Sometimes we even forget that she's putting lot of efforts in her acting. So she's just the sexiest thing out there. And she's also doing Chila Maila top language while doing some of the most sexiest scenes in this movie. And she's just really funny.
लेकिन जब से यहाँ आई हूँ कुछ धोने को ही नहीं मिल रहा है। तू भी तो मौका नहीं दे रहा है। क्या? शम्मा आयला, आयला, चलना, कहीं चलते हैं।
And I'm really glad that they choose the Marathi actress for this role, was from a Marathi background, because she's just perfect. She's just a hothead thing in this movie, and she's also doing Chila Maila Teto Mereto top language, which is really funny. It's more like the actress Umila Mathod and Ravi Shastri had a baby, and it's probably their product. And as each Chila Maila turns, she's just more funny and funnier. And she's just savage. Her lines, her dialogues are just really savagely written.
चमेलिया सत्तावन सत्तावन में मरा तो तेरा ही ठीक है जिसको मैंने ठीक किया है अब वो कुछ और उठाए ना उठाए तेरा फोन जरूर उठाएगा हाँ
मुझसे कहो कि मैं तुम्हारा क्या लगता हूँ मैं तुम्हारा
अंकल अंकल ठीक रहेगा
ओके
अगर मैं पहनूंगी कपड़े कम और बोलूंगी वेलकम तो वो रेपिस्ट तो क्या कोई आम आदमी भी मेरे को नहीं छोड़ेगा क्यों डॉक्टर स्क्रू वाला
Every person in this movie is cool, and she's the coolest person in this movie. She's always savage and really funny. And her role in this movie is just really awesome. And she is just savage in this movie. Because whenever you watch this movie again and again, you can't become a fan of her. And you also get obsessed with her. Because she's just really awesome. And really hot. And really sexy. And whenever you watch this movie again and again, you kinda also feel sad for her because she's not at the top now. Because she had all the potential to be one of the best actress of this industry. She had everything from red loose to pure hotness and acting. She was probably one of the finest character actress Bollywood has ever produced. And she was one of the most finest talented character actress working in this industry during that time. And you kind of feel bad for her because she's not at top now. She's not relevant, and she never got the credit that she deserves. She was never treated the way she deserved by this industry. And because she should have. Because she's so underrated. Because whenever we speak of a strong top character, we usually shift to male tops, And if we dare to talk about female top, we start up the conversation by talking about Rani Mukherjee in Mardani, Priyanka Chopra in Jandajal, and Taboo in Rishan. And all of those roles are just great. But I think her role as a female top, known as Urmila Mathakur, is the best top out there, right after Chandramuti Chotala from FR. And both the roles are really similar. She's really savage, really funny, and really sassy and sexy at the same time. It is just really hard to find. And this movie also feels like one FIR episode, like Chandramuti Chotala doing underthought to catch one rapist. But turns out he's innocent and she falls for him. It is a FIR episode. And Isha Topical's role in this movie was just. You understand what I'm saying after you watch this movie. She's just awesome. Ritesh Deshmukh. He looks like a proper playboy in this movie. And he's the coolest, stylish playboy in this movie. He's pulling up every pick-up line like a pro.
एक्चुअली मेरी प्रॉब्लम ये है कि मुझे मुस्लिम लड़कों की लंबाई बहुत पसंद है और गुजराती लड़कों की चौड़ाई और ऐसा कॉम्बिनेशन मिलना मुश्किल ही नहीं नामुमकिन है। वैसे तुमने अपना नाम नहीं बताया।
नसीरुद्दीन शाह।
And he's pulling off beanie cap in a suit, and which is just hard for anyone to do. Doesn't matter how cool you are. And he has some of the best one-liner in this movie, and he has some of the most funniest dialogue in this movie. And he's just killing every dialogue and pick-up line in the most coolest way possible.
मरवा दिया ना वापस संजू। हाँ? शिट, साला मुझे क्या पता था कि संजू डांडेकर ने होलकर निकलेगी। वो देख बंची, अभी रात में जरूर चमगादड़ होगा। अबे उड़ने वाला नहीं यार, उड़ाने वाला। उधर देख। ओह अपने लेवल की नहीं है यार, इसका बाप जरूर करोड़पति होगा। शादी के बाद लखपति बना देंगे।
And this movie also was as a really good romantic comedy with great romance between Isha Topical and Tushar. And Tushar's character was really relatable because ये पिक्चर देखने के बाद मुझे लगा कि मैं तुम्हें दिल वाली ढूंढनी चाहिए और वो मंजू वाला लाइन ऐसा लगा कि मैंने ही लिखा है। At number 1 we have Masti. Sometimes I would like to refer it as a film which started it all because before this film, sex comedy were not made at all. We used to make sex jokes in films, but we don't usually used to make sex comedy because in India, sex is treated as a shameful thing, more like taboo. I know you're thinking about taboo porn. It's not taboo porn, it's taboo. Just doodle it. And it's treated like the most shameful thing out there, more like a crime. If you're caught doing it or just talking about it, you should be ashamed of yourself. And I think sex should be treated as a part of your life because it's part of your life. Our ancestors were not afraid of talking about it. I don't know why we are. But in India, things are still the same. But we are a lot due to internet and accepting foreign culture. But things were way worse back then. Just thinking about making a sex comedy in 2000 was a crime. But in 2000, this movie changed the game because it basically showed us that if sex comedies are done right, they are gonna make teenagers run for your film. I was watching this movie yesterday at home and I was like, I just cannot believe I watched this film as a kid on TV with my family members because it's so adult. I just don't understand how I was able to watch this film with my parents because it has so much adult jokes. I was watching this movie with my parents and now I'm watching this movie as an adult. I was like, oh my god! So many adult jokes, so many sexual references, one after another. I just cannot believe I watched this movie as a kid. And catchphrases and dialogues which inspired a lot of sex comedies which were made after this movie. And how this movie talks about sex. And how this movie talks about sex. It's just beautiful and really funny. It talks about sexual problems that boys still face. Its three main characters, played by Veg Oberoi, Ritesh Deshmukh, and Alfred, are just so relatable. And in every boys group has these three friends, one playboy, one housey friends, जो हवस का पुजारी है. वो सेक्स के लिए पूजा की पूजा करता है और वो पूजा देती नहीं. और एक फट्टू फ्रेंड जो हर लड़की से डरता है. This movie tells the story of three close friends who decide to meet each other after a long time, and after their marriage, due to their problem in their marriage, they decide to have an affair. And I think their reasons to have affair makes more sense than marriage.
मैंने सुना है जब एक मर्द अपनी बीवी से बेवफाई करता है ना तो उसकी गलती का एहसास उसे काटने को दौड़ता है और उस एहसास की वजह से वो अपनी बीवी से प्यार करने का और उसे खुश रखने की डबल कोशिश करता है. हाँ, और शायद प्रेम की बात मानने से और किसी सेक्सी लड़की के साथ अफेयर करने से हम भी अपनी बीवियों से ज्यादा प्यार करने लगे, यू नो. हाँ हाँ, कितनी कमीनी फिलॉसफी है तुम्हारी यार.
And how this movie talks about marriage, it's just really funny. I think most of your untold jokes about marriage comes from here.
वैसे 10 बार दूल्हे का यूनिफॉर्म ट्राई कर चुका हूँ, लेकिन मुझे अभी भी घबराहट हो रही है. अबे होनी भी चाहिए, क्योंकि शादी के साथ ना सिर्फ एंगेजमेंट रिंग और वेडिंग रिंग आते हैं, बल्कि एक और रिंग भी आता है. कौन सी? सफर रिंग.